My name is Elizabeth Pampalone, and you're listening to the Absolute Marketing Podcast. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. As you can probably hear, my voice sounds very strained. I recently had COVID, and it took a toll with all of the coughing. Anyway, so I sound a little different today. I'm going to use my best NPR voice. And I wanted to talk about voluntary simplicity. And I was reading a book, actually, with that exact title by Dwayne Elgin, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about the book yet. There's some good points, but some of it is, a little woo-woo, a little out there, and some of it is just, kind of what I feel is common sense. But one of the things he talks about in the book is he tells a story of this guy who is riding a bicycle to work because of, various reasons. And there's also another guy riding a bicycle to work. The first guy is riding his bicycle because he wants to be more eco-friendly, save money on gas. He's doing it because he wants to. He's voluntarily doing this. The second guy who's riding his bike to work can't afford a car or doesn't have a driver's license, or, he has some extenuating circumstance that has forced him to ride a bicycle to work. And the first guy, he's so, joyous over, I get to ride my bike to work every day. I work so close to my house. He's very excited about it. But the second guy is resentful and upset over it. And I feel like in marketing, we can get here, even in business in general. Let's just even say that. I've been here. I've been in both of these places. Thankfully, I am so grateful that right now I am the first guy. I get to have a business. I am excited that I have something that not a lot of people have these days. Since post-COVID, it's definitely something that is a privilege, I feel like, to own a business. It's not, it's not all sunshine and roses, but it's a privilege for sure. And right now I feel like the first guy, but I can tell you, I have been the second guy. I have been sitting in a room with just, my resentment of my business and of what I had to do. And I think with marketing, we can build up this resentment of, well, I have to post on social. I have to write that blog post. I have to do that podcast. I have to do all these things. And I just want to say you don't. This is completely voluntary. All of it is voluntary. So I want you to take a look at what you're doing now, what you've even done this year. This is the start of a new year. I want you to look at that, and I want you to say, what am I actually going to voluntarily do? And what do I feel like I'm being forced, almost, at threat of death, that my business will die if I don't post on social media, if I don't run this Instagram account, if I don't, sell things through Pinterest. Like, if you feel that way about some of these things, take them off the list. Take them off your plate. You don't need the resentment, and you don't need those things because they're not going to serve you anyway. So think about which guy you are. Are you joyous that you get to do this every day? Are you excited that you get to do these things and feel like it's a privilege? Or are you, and you're voluntarily doing these things because you want to, because you know these kinds of things work for your marketing? Or are you the guy who is riding that bicycle every day going, gosh darn it, if I only had a car, if I only had $1,000 a month, $1 million a month in my marketing budget, I'd be much better off. I want you to think about which guy you are. And then I want you to choose. I want you to voluntarily choose the things that you know will serve you. Now, if you're having trouble deciding what those are, because sometimes it can be tricky, call me. Like, you literally go on my website, there's a button. You can call me, I'll help you. But I want you to be voluntary with your business this year. I don't want it to be drudgery. A business should never be drudgery. It's going to be hard. It's going to be something that you're going to have to work at. It's like a marriage, right? Your marriage should not be drudgery. Your business should not be drudgery. So let's choose to have voluntary simplicity this year. Talk to you next time. Thanks for listening to the Absolute Marketing Podcast. If you'd like to learn more, please visit getabsolutemarketing.com.